Welcome back to Self-Built. Today I'm going to show you how to build a pendulum squat setup. You might wonder why I'm wearing this little dip belt with some chains on here. Well, stay tuned and find out. Here we go! Alright, so what you're going to need, well, you don't need two cables, you can use one, that's fine. But they need to be able to be attached to the bottom. You can see I've got my weights here, got my chain, a long one to connect the two. The reason I do that is just because I like to have two pulleys take the burden of the weight instead of one. Just makes me think that it'll last longer and all that good fuzzy feeling stuff. I've got a piece of wood here, I'll explain that in a little bit. So that's all that you need for this setup, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've got my belt here, and then I've got just a carabiner attached at just any length. Doesn't matter what length you do, you just want to find whatever's comfortable for you. And then once you've got your two chains hooked together, you'll just want to hook it, just like that. And then with this, you don't have to have a bar here, but it helps you keep your form and the right angle that you're going for. Something nice about this setup is there's so many different varieties of angles that you can do this that, I mean, it's honestly whatever you feel like. But today, what we're gonna do is pretty narrow foot stance, and you can kind of stand up, kind of get a feel for the weight. And it's gonna look kind of funny on camera, but don't worry about that. Your butt's not gonna be on camera like mine. So I like to kind of stretch out, almost as if you're doing like a lat stretch. Keep your butt poking out, and then let your legs do all the work. And you're able to go super deep. For me, I don't feel any strain on my knees going like this. My lower back feels great. Feels just like a pendulum squat. And you can change the width of your arms, change the width of your feet. Honestly, you can do whatever you want. Biggest thing is just to try to remember whatever form you're doing to keep it that way so it feels consistent. Or if you don't want to be consistent, don't do that then. So go just like that. Or if you want more of a traditional belt squat, just be more upright like this. But for this video, I'm going to emphasize more of keeping your butt poked out and keeping that tension on the quads. And then I'll show you one little thing you can do, because when you're going, right when you get to about here, you want to try to keep your toes up to keep that tension on your quads. I'll show you a little trick. You just need a little piece of wood, and I'll put about half of my foot on here. So that way, my foot is in that raised position, and it feels like I have more tension on the quads, the whole range of motion. Oof. And something nice is if you're burnt out, this is the position where you can get out anyways. So you just unhook, just like that, and you're good. And to go back to this, you can adjust the length depending on how deep you want to go in the squat. So give it a try. I've been doing it for quite some time. It's a very good one, very reliable. So tell me what you think. Give it a shot. Now, when I say pendulum squat, you got to take it a little bit with a grain of salt, because let's be honest, when you go to a gym, the pendulum squat machine is huge. And when you have to have an at-home version that's versatile, doesn't take up a lot of space, it's not going to be exact, but it's going to be really close, and it's going to be different than other things that you've done, so it adds a little bit of variety to your leg variety. A little bit of variety to your leg workout. So keep that in mind.
Here's just a close-up so you can see what the setup is. Got your 2 stacks of weight. They're coming up, down to the bottom, and they're connected together with this chain and carabiner. And if you do have issues with the balance, if one's raising faster than the other one, you can just simply move the carabiner one way or the other.
A little bit of advice that I would offer is when you're new to this exercise, start light and slowly start to increase your range of motion. Just depends on the health of your knee, so don't push it. If it doesn't feel good for you, then stop a little bit sooner until you're not feeling that uncomfortableness or some pain. So that way you can keep building your legs without destroying your joints. Whew. So, hope you liked the video. If you liked it, give it a like right here. Don't forget to subscribe. Helps a lot. You guys have no idea how much it helps. And also leave a comment down below if you've given this a try, other ideas that you can come up with. So, don't forget to comment. And we will see you next time on Self Built.